And here we go. So before I start this recording, I make sure that we have it saved to the cloud, which I hope we do. Ms. Schaefer, do we have this? We're saving this to the cloud? I
I
hope.
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
We should be.
All right. Well, we'll have some some angry parents if that's not happening. I think we'll just do another one next week. It'll be fun. So for everyone that's attending here, thank you all for coming. For our panelists, thank you all coming for a second year. If it's our first year, then welcome for our first year. But I really appreciate you guys taking your time out on a Monday night at 6:30 to come on here and talk to Wayne Valley, to the parents, to the students, and to any faculty that may be on this web call about the dual enrollment opportunities and how we're going to help them save some money for the next steps in college. But without further ado, we are going to get into this presentation. So who we have with us, I'm just going from what I see on my screen around here in the U. We have Ms. Tyson. She's from FDU. She is the lead person for dual enrollment. Fun fact, she started when I started, so we both are learning at the same time. We have Mr. Noonan from William Patterson, Miss Malone from Bergen Community College.
Good evening.
Miss Philippi, from Seton Hall University. And then finally, Miss De Silva from PCCC. All right. We will get to talk with them in probably about 15 minutes. We're going to go through a brief PowerPoint real quick. And then I'm going to introduce them to see if they want to add anything. And at that point, we'll open up the floor for any questions for parents. Just please raise your hand. We will let you in. We'll give you speaking access at that point. And we lost someone already, huh? We're being in and out this whole time. All right, so we are going to get into this now. All right. Panelists, can we see my screen? Thumbs up.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So we did go over this a little bit in our classes with the students. So parents, I did talk to some of your students about this in some of our classes. And the only reason is because I want to make sure that we're getting the right information to our students for the dual enrollment program so we can continue growing this program. We do also have a lot of new programs and a lot of new classes that are added recently. So we want to make sure that we are getting all the information incorrectly that we should be getting. So these are the schools that we have grown here at Wayne Valley. We have LIM, again, for anyone that is part of the fashion industry. We will have them on a separate Zoom call. So if anyone is interested in that LIM program, please just shoot me an email and we'll get a separate dual enrollment meeting with them. We also have PCCC, one of our oldest dual enrollments. FDU, as I said before, probably one of our first and oldest. Seton Hall, since I've taken over the program, those are our top three that we've had, and Bergen Community College. William Patterson's brand new to us. They are bringing in our graphic design, our math, TV production, and a little bit of photo. So these are the courses for FDU. Again, we've changed a few things up. One of the big changes that we've had for these dual enrollment courses is that all these dual enrollment courses are now enriched weighted. So your students are taking a dual enrollment course. They are enriched weighted, so they'll get a higher GPA, a little bit heavier GPA, and a little bit of a boost on the transcript. If they do the course, they do not need to do a dual enrollment. So in order to do the course, it's still enriched, whether they do a dual enrollment or they do not do a dual enrollment. It is still an enriched course. So these are the courses that we do offer for FDU. Again, College Accounting 1, College Accounting 2, Marketing 1 and 2, Computer Programming, Entrepreneurship is something new with Ms. Quintino, Child Development, and Sociology. Some of the steps for FDU. So what you're going to do is you're going to visit that FDU website. This is accessible also on our guidance page. It is shared with all of the teachers that I presented this with in their classrooms. They posted all this on their Google Classrooms, so they all have access to this as well. When you go to the FDU page, you click register now, and what you'll do, we'll go through a crash course right here real quick. On this early college dual enrollment, you're going to scroll on down. You're going to find the register now button. You're going to find your school. You're going to make sure that we pick Wayne Valley. You're going to move this box over a little bit. We're going to make sure we find Wayne Valley. all the way at the bottom with the W's, right? We're going to locate courses, and then this will give you the course list that we have for dual enrollment with our with FDU through dual enrollment. Very simple. Add to cart. You're going to scroll back up, view your cart, hit checkout, and just like we're in Amazon, hit checkout, and then we are in dual enrollment. At the end of the enrollment, we will get a spreadsheet for which classes, which students are taking the dual enrollment courses. I get my thing back up here. Let's see, this is back up on the slide. There we go. All right. So we can hit register now, find Wayne Valley High School from the drop down, add your course to the cart. The tuition is $100 per credit. So it will be a $300 charge for 3 college credits. The deadline for dual enrollment for FDU is October 9th. In the past, Ms. Tyson's been really nice to me and let me enroll kids really late. But this year, we're going to be really strict on the deadline since we think this program is going to really kind of blow up a little bit. So we're going to have it on October 9th. If your student or you email me and ask on October 10th, unfortunately, I'm going to say that you're not going to get to dual enrollment. So we're going to keep it on a strict kind of deadline. October 9th is the deadline. Ms. Tyson, got anything you want to add to that?
No, that was great.
Thank you. I've been learning. Next up, we have PCCC. PCCC is with College Business 1 and 2, College Composition 1 and 2. Our auto program is with PCCC. In the past, it's been one of our best programs. Last year, I take the blame. We had a little bit of a speed bump with it. I'm going to do a better job this year with our auto program to make sure that we do promote this dual enrollment with our auto. But kids have the opportunity to walk out of school with at least up to 26 credits, I believe, with PCC. Yes, Mr. Silva.
Yeah, so just to clarify, all our courses are 3 credits. I see the 2.5 on here, so they're all 3 credits. As far as the auto bundle can be up to 32 college credits, and I can elaborate more later on for parents who may have particular issues with that. And just to go over, because I saw how FDU is doing it, where it says register now. When students apply to PCC, they're just applying for a dual enrollment application, and they're applying to get a 6-digit PCC ID. This has nothing to do with the registration process, so it's different than FDU's process. And I could always elaborate more with that, but students now going forward will be self-registering for the classes that they want. And again, I could go into more detail later on, but I just wanted to point out the difference with that. An application is not registering for Passaic County Community College.
Awesome. Yes, I was about to get to the slide for you and pull it up for the new steps that we have going on with PCC. So again, just to go back real quick, the newest thing with PCCC is our Photo 3 class with Miss Pritchard. That's one of our newest ones that we have added to the PCCC menu for the kids that are interested in the photo program. If any of you parents know at home, our photo program is really growing over at Wayne Valley, and Miss Pritchard's doing an awesome job with it. So that is why we want to start adding dual enrollment to this to the community here for us. As Mr. De Silva was saying, I don't know if you can see the top there as I go back a little bit to my steps. All right. So now PCC has a self-register for the students. So what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to log into a PCC portal. There is a link on the top here, which will send you to this dual enrollment application. The student must fill out the whole process for the dual enrollment application in order to be admitted into the dual enrollment program. All right. Students will complete the dual enrollment application and immediately receive a welcome email from, I'm assuming that's you, Mr. Silva. All right. Students only need to complete the dual enrollment application one time. A few days later, they will receive an email from admissions with an email address, an ID number, and a temporary password. At that point, the student must log in and create a new password. They will then access a portal where they can register for classes and pay for the tuition all online. The new thing that we just learned is for English, for the Miss Solomon's classes, for the College Comp 1 and 2, juniors will have to submit their transcripts. That's something that can be done through myself, Miss Solomon, or your school counselor. The deadline for PCC, again, Mr. Silva, tell me if I'm wrong, is September 30th.
Yeah, well, because we're making a lot of changes. So in the past, I would get a roster from the instructor and then we would register the students. And also to back up, I started December 1st of last year. So I'm new in the role and I'm picking up. And as per AVP, we want to make these changes to make it a better experience for the students. I'll give you a hard deadline once we get to it, because again, when the students self-register, I need to make sure that they're eligible for the class. I need to we'll put a petition on the class and the students so that only those students who are eligible to register can register. And that only is because I don't want other students at Passaic County Community College seeing an EN 101 class and registering, not knowing it's a high school class. So there are some steps involved, and we're going to partner together to make sure that it's a seamless process. But as you know, with anything new, there may be bumps. So as far as the deadline right now, we're being flexible, but as to your point, Andrew, we're not going to be taking people in December or June to say, oh, by the way, I want that. That can't go anymore, because we have to follow the protocols of the college. But again, we're willing to work with our partners as best as we can.
Awesome. Yeah. I also added on here, Mr. Silva was nice enough to give me a step-by-step guide of how to sign up for PCC. So again, if my PowerPoint's a little too confusing, there is a Google Doc here that will send you to a Google Doc and a step-by-step with screenshots of how to register your student for PCCC. BCC. I got PCCC and then BCC. So there's a lot of C's going on. BCC is a very structured program with CAD 2 and CAD 3 with Mr. Slater and Mr. Weiss. We will be branching out a little bit more for BCC at some point. But right now we do only offer CAD 2 and CAD 3. BCC has 3 steps. And again, Ms. Malone, at any point, if you need to interrupt me, please just interrupt me.
Okay.
You're going to go to the bergen.edu dual enrollment. You're going to click apply to dual enrollment program. All right. You're going to fill out the page application and then click submit. Use your personal email. So all you seniors that are listening to this, as your school counselor, please use a personal email for anything that's outside of Wayne Valley. All right. Because these colleges will reach out to you and it may go into your spam account in Wayne Valley. Within 1 to 2 days, you should receive a ready to register email with a link from dual enrollment at bergen.edu. Click the link, ready to register. And then step 2, log into the registration form using your Bergen username and password, which is provided to you. Complete sections A, B, C, and D. All right, some of the fields will be pre-populated for you. And those are the sections that are to be filled out. Then you click submit on page 2. And finally, your parent will receive an email electronically signing the registration form. Remember, you will register and not be processed until the parent e-signs the registration form. So parents, you must be on that form for Bergen Community College in order for your student to be registered in the dual enrollment. Once the registration is signed by a parent, your counselor received approval from your registration. Your registration will be processed in 2 business days after receiving the approval from your counselor. You will then receive an email and a text message if you put your cell phone on there with payment instructions. The email will come from forms@bergen.edu and the subject will be dual enrollment form / approved. So make sure you check your spam folder as well. You can also check your balance at mybergen.edu. The costs we'll get to at the end, but the cost of Bergen Community College is about $156 per credit. And again, I'm going to put all these parents through a little bit of a math lesson at the end of this. Ms. Malone, do you have anything that you would like to add to that?
No, that was complete. The only thing, we're going to have all the students set up an account in the beginning. So this way, if and when they come to Bergen full-time or matriculate to Bergen, they don't have to go through admissions and change, the status from dual enrollment to a drafting program, for example. So there's only one extra piece in the beginning. Okay. Otherwise, everything is the same.
Perfect. Seton Hall. So Seton Hall, we have really grown the program with Seton Hall. They've really worked with us over the summer to open up our program a little bit more for Seton Hall with our world language program especially. So top 2, please ignore. I did not update this PowerPoint, obviously. But we're going to go through Human Anatomy and Physiology, Human Anatomy Physiology 1. So that is with Mr. Rose. Your students can sign up for the human anatomy and physiology, which is the code is BIOL 1122 PWV. The newest ones with Seton Hall is Spanish 4 honors, Spanish 5 honors, French 4 honors, and French 5 honors. The only stipulation with those world languages is that you must be a senior in order to enroll for those courses. So only seniors can enroll in those world language courses for this year. Music Perspectives is back. Discrete Math has moved over to Seton Hall. And we've also added Legal Studies and Human Rights.
Just so that everybody knows, though, for the Human Anatomy and Physiology class, you have to sign up for the lecture and lab together. So that would be BIOL 1122 and 1123. They go together. When you go onto the registration process, you'll see a drop-down menu. They're already together, so you don't have to select multiple things, but both of those together is only 4 credits when you do the lecture and the lab component with one another.
Maybe I was gonna get to that at some point too. Thank you for jumping in again and getting it in. So how to sign up for Seton Hall, right? So Seton Halls must complete the project acceleration information update every semester. They want to participate in the program. The form can be found at this link at the bottom right here. You should receive a registration form via email 24 to 48 hours after completion. So again, have a little bit of patience because all these people are getting a lot of registrations from your students. So it'll take about 1 to 2 days after completion to get the registration form. If you do not, please contact Project Acceleration at shu.edu. They are awesome with answering emails. You can also reach out to myself or please reach out to your child's counselor. Students must talk to their instructors and their teachers for further information about the courses as well. This one's connected, I think. Yes. So Project Acceleration form, again, simple, fill out the form, hit submit, and then within 1 to 2 days, you should get an email from Project Acceleration about being enrolled in the program.
Right after you actually complete that initial online application, it'll send you an email verifying that we got your information, so you'll know that we got you immediately. But something that's actually good news, Andrew, for the parents and the high school, registration form's actually gone completely. So you guys don't have to hand anything in to us. There's an online payment process that you should receive about 3 to 5 days later with your Seton Hall ID. You make that payment online. Yeah, you see it on the next one right here. He already has it spelled out for you. It's great. So you just make that online payment and we'll register you based off of that. So you guys can kind of forego any idea of a form that you have to turn into us, to your high school, anything like that. You just have to do the online application process. That'll come to you a couple days later via email. If you don't get it, just email us at Project Acceleration. A lot of people either accidentally delete it or it goes to their spam file or something like that. And as it says on the PowerPoint right there, we're taking payments through the first week of November, so you guys have plenty of time to do that. Okay. And what's good is that when you're doing the online payment process, when you do the drop-down menu for the codes, it'll autofill how much everything is for you.
Thank you so much for taking my slide for me there. I really appreciate it.
I'm sorry, Andrew.
No, you're good. I love it. The deadline is October 31st. And then again, the courses are $100 per credit. So again, that means 3 credits will cost you $300. The only stipulation again is with the anatomy, the extra 1 credit. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the extra 1 credit will give you 4. So your students have the opportunity in anatomy and physiology honors to either take 3 or to take 4.
Well, they have to take 4.
Oh, they have to take the 4. Okay. So they have to take 4.
You can't take the lecture without the lab at Seton Hall University, and we have to make sure that your transcript is identical to an undergraduate here.
Thank you for clearing that up for me too. Moving now to our newest one, William Patterson University. So William Patterson, we've just added AP Photo, TV Production 3 and 4 for seniors only, Pre-Calc, Calculus, and AP Stats. So we have 3 math courses now in there. And then Graphic Design 1, 2, and 3. So all 3 graphic designs have now been added to dual enrollment with us. And again, AP Photo has been added to the menu here. Some of the questions that we've gotten from parents is if my student is an AP class, do they have to do dual enrollment? Or if they're going to take the AP test and do dual enrollment, which one should they take? My answer to you is kind of simple from what I've learned, is they can choose whichever they want to. If they want to take the AP course, they can. If they score 3 or higher, they will get college credit. For dual enrollment, you are paying for that program. You will get that credit for college regardless.
And Andrew, if I may, that's a great point. But
Yep.
the only thing, one of my colleagues earlier, I think it was my colleague from FDU, you kind of need to make that decision up front, whether you're going to do AP or whether you're going to do, it can't be like February or March or holy crap, the date's coming up for AP. I have a headache. I don't want to take it. Let me call William Patterson. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. So you do have to figure out what you're doing up front. That's it.
Yeah. So to piggyback off that, again, deadlines for all of these dual enrollment are in early September. So towards the end of this month, some are October 31st. So as Mr. Noonan was kind of saying, make sure that we have like honest conversation with the student, with the parent, with yourself, about which one you're kind of going to lean towards when it comes to dual enrollment and the AP test. Students can apply for the fall of 2023 at the dual enrollment website. Again, all these hyperlinks are on our PowerPoint. I will also have the end of this. I'll have a QR codes you can scan for all the schools, which will pull up all these dual enrollment signups for you. The deadline to apply is September 30th. You need a parent on the form for your application. William Patterson will not accept your student if there's no parent on that dual enrollment sign up form. With that being said, I will show you where that is. We're going to scroll down. So parent or guardian 1, cell phone and email address. This is how William Patterson will reach out to you for payment and to enroll your student in the William Patterson dual enrollment program. Check off the agrees, electronic signature, and then you hit submit, and then William Patterson will be in touch with you about signing up for dual enrollment. Go back one here. Here we go. So students will register their course with a William Patterson staff member. They will be doing it with us at Valley. And again, if there's any questions, please reach out to me. I can reach out to Mr. Noonan, and we can solve whatever we need to. Scholarship opportunities for students, which is effective of this year. Any student that is interested in going to William Patterson and takes up to 6 credits for dual enrollment will get a scholarship of $1,000. They must achieve a C or higher in that course in order to get that scholarship, the one-time scholarship of $1,000. Again, 6 credits. They need 6 credits or more in dual enrollment to have that scholarship. Did I get that right there, Mr. Noonan?
Yeah, and the 6 credits obviously in dual enrollment must be from William Patterson. So yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of math here. So panelists, I bet you guys love this stuff. I know the kids hated it when I got to this part on the presentation. So average cost of a credit at FDU. And again, please tell me if my things are off. I looked this up today. The average cost of a single credit at FDU is $968. If you multiply that by 3, which is gonna be a full 3 credits, that should bring you somewhere to $2,700. All right. The cost of dual enrollment here with us at Valley is only $300. To save some more money, if we're going to PCCC, it's $183 per credit. Multiply that by 3, it's about $450, I believe. Yes, Tanya?
Yeah, and also just so with PCC, when you come as a full student, there's also fees. So dual enrollment students don't pay fees, and it's going to be $62 per credit. So each course will be about $186. And then once the student comes over, they would pay the course per credit, which is about $183, but then there's course fees. We don't charge any course fees.
Awesome. So you're paying for 3 college credits, you're paying for 1, essentially a PCCC.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Average cost of Seton Hall is $1,360. Again, multiply that by 3, you're about $3,900. So let's say $4,000 to be a nice ballpark. Again, only thing that costs you over here is between $300 and $400. William Patterson is about $485 per credit, which is $1,457. Again, over here at Wayne Valley, it's only $300. Calculus is a 4 credit course. So the one thing that's a stipulation with William Patterson, it is a 4 credit course. So it will cost you just an extra $100. But again, you are saving yourselves a lot of money by doing this dual enrollment program with us at Wayne Valley and with these institutions. For BCCC, got something in there? No, all right. For BCC, it's about $373 per course, which is about 1,120 for 3 credits. Again, what it's going to cost you is about $485 for those 3 credits. All right. Parents, will get to you in just a second, I promise. All right. Some fun facts I throw out to the kids also. Where you got to travel. So where do your students have to travel? They have to travel absolutely nowhere. They stay right in the classroom. They participate in the classroom. They meet no new professors. Their professor is a professor at Wayne Valley. All of our professors that are part of the dual enrollment are adjuncts to these institutions. My story I always tell the kids, my first year, I was over at St. Mary's High School. The kids would have to come in from 7:30 in the morning to 2:30 in the afternoon. Then they would have to come back to Felician University from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So it was a very long day for those students. The great thing about Wayne Valley and having this dual enrollment program, they go absolutely nowhere. They come in at 7:30 or 7:20 and they leave at 2:30 and they still get those college credits. Transcripts. A lot of questions we got over the summer last year about transcripts. You must reach out to each of these institutions to get an official transcript from them. If your student comes down to your counselor and asks us for a transcript or to the secretary, we will not provide that for them. We do not have the official college transcripts. We just have the high school transcripts. You will have to reach out to each one of these universities and have that conversation with each one of these universities about how to get your transcripts. There is a link. It says getmytranscript.com. If you click on that link, it will select a school. You type in the school. Let's put in William Patterson, just because it was the quickest one I could think of right now.
Andrew,
Yes.
I want to add that when you clicked on it, so you see how it went to .org? It's getmytranscript.org.
Oh, it's .org. Okay, I'll change that then. Thank you, Ms. Tyson. So you will have to change it. I will change that to .org. But you type in the transcript of the school that you're looking to go to. You'll go through a checkout process, and then they will send an official transcript for you through getmytranscript.org. Again, we will not provide that. Another question. I don't know if the institution will take your students' transcripts or take your students' dual enrollment. If your student is applying to Penn State or Delaware or Texas University or USC, I cannot promise that FDU credits will go over to USC or to Delaware. You must have that conversation with the college counselor over there or the admissions over there to see which ones that come in. Sometimes these universities will take them, sometimes they won't. It is a conversation to have with that college counselor and that college admissions at the time. Some resources, again, if we're all old and like to click on links, this is shared with us on our counselor page, so we can click on any of those links. It'll send us right to the dual enrollment programs for all these schools. For any students that are on this call, or for parents that are very tech savvy, if you want to scan any of these QR codes, they will send you right to each one of these schools, dual enrollment opportunities, and how to sign up right away. I'll keep this up for another 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds. And again, easy swipe down from the phone or pull up your camera. Any of these QR codes you put up to your camera, it'll send you right to that website. Finally, this has come to my end of talking a little bit. I thank you all for your time and parents for listening to me talk. If you have any questions, please reach out to me or your student's counselor. Those are our social media pages on the bottom. So if you want to add any of our social media pages on the bottom, that is how we communicate with your students. And that's how we promote each one of these programs in our school. Without further ado, I am going to end this share. So I'm going to stop the share and you get my beautiful face back. All right. For our panelists, do you guys have anything you would like to add, take out, or would you like to add anything at this point?
No, not really.
I would like to add that for FDU, if you're coming to FDU and you are interested in doing the AP test, if you get a certain score, 4 or 5, for a class that is also considered dual enrollment, if you come to FDU, we will honor both. The other thing is if you hold a GPA higher than a 2.5 for all 4 years, we will give you a early college dual enrollment scholarship of $8,000.
Thank you, Ms. Tyson, for that information.
Yeah, Andrew, I just wanted to add, we have a QR code also, that I guess I'll get that over to you, or Eileen will send that to you tomorrow, just so you can have it.
So that
the
QR
kids
code's
can
on
just-
that last slide for the families.
Oh, I didn't think ours was there. Oh, I'm
Yeah, so
sorry.
I just copied it from the email and put it right into our slideshow.
Okay, great. Okay.
You have to go away.
All right.
Please.
So we're gonna open the floor to a little bit of questions for the parents. I know Jen had her hand up first here, so Jen, are you with us? Do it. Let me let's see.
But I don't have a baby.
Jen, you there? Going once, going twice. All right, we're gonna come back to you, Jen. All right. Kinda. Kind of going once, we're 0 for 2, so we're batting 1,000. All right, Lori, let's fix this. Lori, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Do you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, my daughter's taking Italian 5, and I thought that was part of Seton Hall.
So that is a conversation I had with Mr. Martinez today. I just want to confirm that before I go and put it on the PowerPoint. And again, I was going to talk to Francesca about that tomorrow. He kind of got to me at the end of the day, so I didn't get to update the PowerPoint just yet. But I will talk with him and I'll confirm it. Not unless she can confirm it for us now.
I believe it is. Yeah. I don't have my spreadsheet right in front of me, but I do remember actually approving that class. So yes, I believe that is also approved for Project Acceleration.
Okay, so we'll touch base tomorrow. Lori, what's your last name?
On Giovanni.
Okay. Shoot me an email. That's
Okay.
You're my kid. So shoot me an email just to remind me tomorrow. And then I'll send you over confirmation by tomorrow morning.
Okay, thank you.
You got it. All right. Karen, are you there? Wait. Well, I'll talk. Karen,
Hello?
are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm confused. My daughter is in marketing too, and I saw that it's through FDU and Seton Hall. She took marketing 1, and I believe I did do it through FDU. So I was surprised to see Seton Hall. I didn't realize it was, they offered it also. So what do we do? Like, we just pick which school we want the dual enrollment from?
No, that is on Mr. Imperator, not updating his PowerPoint. It is still through FDU.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
All
it
right.
is still
Yeah, that
through
was my
FDU.
question. Okay. Thank
I apologize. That is on me. I will I will edit it right now. And again, this is all going to be put onto our counseling page, so you can see all of this on our counseling page. As soon as I update the PowerPoint, it gets updated to our page also.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. All right. Jenny. No, wait, I got 2 people here. Hold on. Dawn there? Dawn, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
All
Can
right,
you hear
Dawn.
me?
Yes.
My daughter is actually a freshman, and I was just wondering, what's the earliest she can start taking dual enrollment classes?
What classes is she in?
She's in all honors.
Okay.
So she's in honors world history, unified math 3, honors ELA, and chem, honors chem.
So to my knowledge, and get panelists, you can stop me whenever you need to. As soon as they're enrolled in any of those classes that we listed on those PowerPoints, those are those dual enrollment classes that she can earn that dual enrollment credit with.
So if she wanted to take psych, intro to psych next year as a sophomore, she could.
To my knowledge, yes, she's allowed to.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Right? We're gonna lower Dawn's hand there. All right. I'm gonna try this, and I apologize if I get it wrong. Mr. Barak.
Yes.
Hi, we are together. So our son is sophomore, and like he is in marketing one class, and we are in FDU's webpage. We are trying to enroll now. It says principles of marketing. Is it the same thing?
Yes.
And does he supposed to take marketing 2 also to like finish this program, or just marketing 1 is just saying this?
That's completely up to him. If he wants to, he totally can. It is not required to take marketing 1 and marketing 2, or college accounting 1 and college accounting 2. If he just wants to take marketing 1 and move forward, he's more than welcome to. If he wants to continue the program, I will tell you as a counselor, it looks awesome on a transcript for kids that do continue a program and continue working with a program.
Okay, great.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
All right. John, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
So if a student takes one class from WPU and 2 classes from Seton Hall and then decides to go to Seton Hall, are all 3 going to transfer over?
In that scenario, if you were to say hypothetically come to Seton Hall, you do not have to transfer credits from Seton Hall back to Seton Hall. You do have to transfer the credits from, say, FDU to us. However, because we have a dual enrollment program, we do make it a priority to accept all of the dual enrollment credits that people bring in. This typically happens with a lot of people. What usually will happen, no matter what transcript you try to transfer or where you want to go, they will ask for just the core syllabus or just information about the class, because if you take ITAL 1001 from Seton Hall, another institution doesn't know what that coding means. So that's usually the only kickback that most of the parents and the students that I work with deal with whenever they attempt to transfer any credits from any dual enrollment program. People just use different coding on different things. But if you were to come to Seton Hall, you would only have to order 1 transcript from the other place to us. Your project acceleration credits would already be a part of that student's transcript at Seton Hall University, along with the grades that they got at the actual high school. They count towards your GPA at Seton Hall University.
Great. Just have one more question.
Do the credits tend to transfer over to most colleges?
From my experience, yes, they very much do. But again, the biggest kickback is just people don't know what coding means. So it's a little bit of a process trying to communicate what one class is to one institution to another one. And that's the majority of what people have to deal with. Also, certain colleges will have an assessment process. They want to know how a dual enrollment program actually looks at a class. How do they assess it? How do they accredit it? They want to make sure that there's a standard in place. I'm sure that my colleagues at other institutions have had to communicate with other colleges in a similar way to just explain how do they assess the teacher, how do they assess the class. But that's why we're in charge of our departments, is to assist you as the parents with that process, because we understand how stressful it can be in those scenarios. But the transfer rate for me is very good after people just get the syllabi or get a letter from me. Usually it counts a lot of times, especially because we usually do intro courses. People are doing, for my program at Wayne Valley, we're doing a lot of languages. The other programs here, you're doing a lot of freshman and sophomore level classes. You're making the people more advanced. You're getting students out of those lower level classes that tend to fill up. It usually is very helpful for students.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to add that there are some colleges that have a dual enrollment policy, and based on that policy, they may not always accept credit from another institution. For example, I know for Providence College, They do not accept FDU credit or credit from another college if the student did not take the class on the college campus. It's a part of their policy. So always talk to the admissions officer or counselor or advisor when you're going through the process of applying to colleges, because some colleges have different policies on dual enrollment. If you could, all of our professors are adjunct professors, even though they are at the high school, but because the student did not take the class at the college, they may not always be accepted. So you always have to have that conversation with different colleges in the beginning, because you don't want to end up going somewhere and then they don't take none of your credits.
Yeah, so they kind of piggyback off, like, again, what I said earlier, make sure that you're having, for anyone that's seniors or juniors at this point that are going to be rising seniors, make sure that you have that conversation with the college admissions and with a college counselor to make sure that you don't show up there and say, oh, wait, now I have dual enrollment courses. So then they're like, okay, now we have to reevaluate everything. Make sure you have that conversation as soon as your student's accepted to whatever college it is. Even when they're going through the college process, make sure you have a conversation with the admissions saying, hey, we did dual enrollment. These are the credits that we have or that we did complete. Which one of these will come in with us? Again, they would like to know a lot sooner. Again, Ms. Tyson was kind of saying, give them a heads up before they come in, just so they know what they're getting into and so they can help assist you when your student does get accepted to the college. Ms. Nassau?
They answered my question, the previous one. Thank you.
All right. So we're gonna drop that around lower there. She did it for me there. Miss McHale.
Yes, hi. I missed the deadline for the for enrollment at PCCC.
For which class? So it is still open. So enrollment is still.
Yeah, what was the date, the deadline date?
Yeah, so, excuse me, Andrew. So yeah, we don't have a hard date yet, but it will be sometime probably in October. But again, the process at Passaic County Community College, if your son or daughter already has gotten credits from us, that means they have a PCC ID. They do not need to apply for dual enrollment again. The application again is a one-time deal, just so that they get the 6-digit ID, email address, and temporary password. Then after that, they will go into the portal and self-register. So I'm going to be working with the partners to make sure that I get a list from the instructors who is approved. And then I would be putting the petitions on, as I mentioned, so that they can register for the proper course going forward. As far as deadlines, it's going to be flexible because we're rolling out a new process. Because just so you know, in the past, the students rarely logged into their portals. So this is all new for them. And so we want to work together with it. But just to let you know, we're not going to be taking students in December, like June. Oh, by the way, we're going to work as best as we can with the help of the guidance department and the instructors to make sure that everybody understands the due dates, deadlines.
Okay, thank you. And for FDU, one more question. The sociology, my daughter's taking the enriched sociology class at Wayne Valley. What is the name of that? Sociology 101 or?
No, it's actually, the codes have actually changed. So for the sociology course, it's going to be Intro to Sociology is SOCI 1201.
Can you repeat that?
SOCI 1201.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Now for the panelists, I have a quick question because for the half-year courses that we do offer over here at Wayne Valley, so for those half-year courses, when is the first sign-up for the first half of the year and when's the sign-up for the second half of the year? So those 2 semester kind of courses that we have, can you shed some light on when the first sign-up will be deadline and when the second half would be deadline?
So for FDU, registration for fall classes from September to December and the full year courses right now together are the registration deadline is October 9th. For students who are taking classes that start in January and run to June, that registration period would be from January 1st to February 15th.
Thank you.
Andrew, ours is very similar to FDU's, almost the same. So full year and fall only is September 30th. And I believe our deadline for spring only courses, I believe, is January 30th. It's right on our website for the second half of the year for the spring term.
Thank you. Miss Soto?
Hi, good evening. This is all new to me. This seems like a really great program. I just wanted clarification on the students. So my daughter's in marketing 1. If she enrolls in dual enrollment, does she will her class be separated by the students that are enrolled and the students that are not? Or is it the same class with the same students and the same teacher?
So good question. It is the exact same curriculum, same syllabi, everything is exactly the same. What I tell the students, it is the dual enrollment. So you have the class, and the dual enrollment is almost like the caveat to the dual enrollment. So it's like going to a wedding and having a +1. It's a good thing to have with it. They do not have to get out of the class. So again, every student is like, hey, do I have to leave this class now? They do not have to leave the class. Again, it is just a caveat to
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We're gonna lower that. Sabrina? Sabrina going once.
Hi.
How's it going?
Yes. Hi. Okay. So I just want to piggyback off the last question. I have a son who took marketing 1 already and another one who is currently taking marketing 1. So their intention was probably to take marketing 2 next year. Now, is the dual enrollment plan in lieu of that? Or I understand you said in the past colleges like to see on their transcript that they took the marketing 2 also. So how does that fit into the timeline of their scheduling, especially considering I have a junior now?
So that's why I wanted to, last year we did this meeting at the end of the year for scheduling for next year. So we will have another dual enrollment night at the end of this year to plan for students who might want to be taking marketing 1, marketing 2, and starting that program and start building that program a little bit. But that's why I wanted to start it this year really early in the year, is because now you can have the conversation with your student, with your kids, about, hey, mom, I want to do marketing 1 and marketing 2 because I want to start building my transcript and start building that dual enrollment kind of base for when they do graduate. It's a good look to have on a transcript for any admissions to say, okay, you did Spanish 1, 2, 3, and 4 or 5. It's a good thing to see the student continuing a program and not so much scaffolding around, but seeing it through and seeing a program through.
So would you recommend next year, let's say for my junior, he should he is taking other, I guess, business related classes. So I know he took, well, regardless, in either case, should he take marketing 2 or should he take a dual enrollment just to get the college credit? What would be your recommendation?
Yeah, so marketing 2 is the dual enrollment, so it is still with enrollment.
Okay.
That's something that's a conversation to have with him. If he wants to go into business in his future, 100% I say take marketing 2 and continue building that transcript around business.
Okay.
If he's not interested in business and wants to go to psychology, maybe that's a conversation to say, hey, do I want to save money and do marketing 2 again? Or do I want to start building it around now a psych kind of major and getting into a school for psychology instead?
Okay, so he'd still take the same marketing 2 class. It's just a matter of me registering for the credit.
That's it.
Just paying for the credit. Okay. Same thing with photography, I take it.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
So again, it's just the +1 to this. So the class and the +1 to the class is, we're trying to save you guys some money for when they do get to college, and offering these awesome opportunities for it.
And if, and I guess this is for the panelists, if they decide to major in something that is not directly related to what they took a dual enrollment in, such as, let's say, my business student decides to take a photography dual enrollment class, would that more or less count as an elective credit, or?
I can speak for William Patterson. The answer would be yes there. Going back to, I think, what Ms. Tyson or Ms. De Silva said at PCC, most of the courses we offer through dual enrollment are 1 and 200 level. So yes, we would give credit for that. Because most students have to take what's called a gen ed core. We call it UCC. So there's an art component, a music component, math, science, whatever. So generally the general rule of thumb is yes. And at William Patterson, we would accept it.
And for the panelists again, I understand Seton Hall slightly touched on this. If, let's say, my student took all Seton Hall credits, dual enrollment credits rather, excuse me, and they decided to take a William Patterson, they decided to go to William Patterson or FDU, would then William Patterson accept all the Seton Hall dual enrollments, because William Patterson also accepts dual enrollment classes?
So I'm sorry. I don't want to. Who's the rep for Seton Hall again? I'm sorry.
I mean, I can't speak for what William Patterson would or would not accept if they were to take Seton Hall credits.
Right. So I want to make sure I understood the question correctly. So would we accept Seton Hall credits? Absolutely. We pretty much accept credits from every college on here, FDU, Bergen, PCC. We have articulation agreements with the community colleges as well. So the short answer to that question is yes. Any problem transferring whatsoever, when you get to William Patterson, please email me or call me. Happy to help.
Perfect. Thank you.
That. Mr. Patel.
Hi, this is Miss Patel. My daughter's taking Business 1 and 2, which is offered by the Passaic County Community College, and just want to make sure I can only register her for Business 1 right now for dual enrollment. Business 2 will be when again?
Yeah, Business 1 is offered in the fall semester. So once your son or daughter registers and also receives a grade of C or better and the tuition is paid, he or she then can be eligible for Business 2, which runs in our spring semester. So again, that's a half-year course. So the Business 1 is from September to December or January. I know the high schools work a little bit different than a regular college semester. But once he or she again receives a C or better and the tuition is paid, the student is eligible to register for Business 2 in the spring.
And when does enrollment start once she achieves that? Is that in December for Business 2 or January?
I have to probably like January would be the registration, because I have to find out from Andrew and the instructor when the class actually ends and when the final exam is administered. We're kind of working out those details as far as that, because again, this is new for PCC as far as the registration process, that students are now going to be self-registering. But we will communicate that with Andrew and also the business teacher as well, so that students and everyone else is fully aware of deadlines. Like I said, they're fluid right now. We are going to have some mandates. So again, like when June comes, if a parent comes and said, well, my child took Business 1 and 2, I want to go back, we can't go back anymore. It has to be within that semester. But again, we are going to work with our partners to best communicate all deadlines and registration dates as well.
Okay, thank you.
And yes, Mr. Silva is new, took over the program, so we are both working very hard to smooth anything out that we need to for the dual enrollment. All right, Ms. Brown. Ms. Brown, are you there? We'll come back around. We'll come back around to you, Ms. Brown. Mel, are you with us?
Hello?
How's it going?
Hi. Good evening. Thank you for hosting this. I have two questions. One is college accounting 2. Is that under FTU or Seton Hall? Because I thought it appeared in both.
College Accounting 2 is still going to be through FDU.
Okay.
And that was my mistake. I just updated the PowerPoint. I apologize. So it is updated in the PowerPoint now.
And my second question is regarding the 8,000 scholarship opportunity for dual enrollment. Is there any kind of criteria for FTU? How many dual enrollment credits you have to have? What's the GPA on the classes?
So if they took dual enrollment with us, period, they are eligible for that scholarship. It'll be $1,000 each semester. So as long as they come to FDU, they hold a GPA of a 2.5 or better, they will continue to get $1,000 each semester, which will give them $8,000 total.
Okay, thank you for explaining that.
You're welcome.
Ms. Brown, we'll come back to you again. Are you there? We'll get her back. Mr. and Mrs. Capilouti? Am I saying that correctly? We're starting to strike out again here, aren't we? Debbie, are you with us? We might be losing some here. All right, let's try Lonnie for the last one here. Lonnie, are you with us?
Yes, thanks so much. I joined the webinar 5 minutes late and you had just mentioned a PowerPoint presentation. Will you be sharing that out with everyone?
Yeah, so all the teachers that have these classes, all the teachers have it and they posted it in their Google Classrooms. So each one of the students have access to this PowerPoint through Google Classroom. It is also posted on our counselor page through the Wayne Valley website.
Okay, great. Thanks so much.
Of course. Debbie, you there? Right. And Vito, are you there?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. This is new to us. So my question is, my son is a freshman. He is taking Italian 2. Is that the same thing as this +1, the dual enrollment, or is it not related?
Not just yet. So what we are doing is we're building up the world language program with Seton Hall a little bit. Right now, only seniors can take that class. So only seniors in 4 and 5 of Italian and French and Spanish, only seniors can take it. As soon as we start growing this program more, hopefully we can get underclassmen into it again to help promote the program a little bit more. But right now, only Italian 5 and seniors can take that.
Understood. However, some of the other classes as a freshman, he can already take. Did I understand that correctly?
Yes. So if he is in any of the other classes, and again, panelists, tell me if I'm wrong. If he's in any of the other classes, again, if he's in marketing 1 as a freshman, he's more than welcome to take it.
Okay, thank you.
Right. So panelists, I think we've come to our end here with questions and PowerPoints. A little rocky start, but we're gonna get this smoothed out by the end of the year today, tonight or this year. I do appreciate all of you for coming. Mel, we'll get the last question in here with Mel here. Mel, you with us?
Oh, hi. On the FTU again, the college accounting 2, because I've gone on it twice and I just went on it again. It's pretty much either intro to financial accounting or intro to managerial accounting. So there's no college accounting 2.
No, the way it works is by the code. So intro to financial accounting is our accounting 1 course.
Mm-hmm.
And then intro to managerial accounting is our accounting 2 course.
Okay, all right. Then I know which one to register him for. Thank you.
All course codes are also placed on that Google sheet or
Okay.
PowerPoint. So if you just type in that code, it should send you right to the right class.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Yep. All right, Trish, you got the last one. Trish, you there?
I don't know. Can we hear me this time?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, great. So sorry about that. So really my question is, as you know, I'm a high school counselor. So my question is about the curriculum and how we can get the syllabus and the course description ahead of time. Because I am a little confused because you have AP classes, you have enriched classes, you have honors classes that are all being held to the same standard for dual enrollment. They're all weighted differently, which kind of has me confused how a dual enrollment class could not be weighted as high as an AP when an AP student may or may not get college credit, but our dual enrollment students are getting college credit. So the discrepancy kind of leaves me confused to, I don't want to say credibility, but as you said, some colleges, they want to know what is this curriculum before they'll definitely accept it. And how, where, and when could we get that information so that we can find out who accepts the credits?
Yeah, and that's something that we discuss as, again, that's a little bit above my pay grade. That's the APs and the vice principals that kind of make that final call, and they meet with these panelists to go over what is accredited, what's not, and what we will offer for that. If you want copies of syllabus, I could try to get my hands on a few of them, and I could share whatever information I have with it.
So when you said like to send to the colleges, I think it might have been Seton Hall, Ms. Philippi, who was saying that some of the colleges may in fact ask you for that information in order to accept it. Are they asking for the high schools, or is there a separate, like when you guys provide dual enrollment, are you providing another curriculum or some type of curriculum in order for that course to be counted?
When you are transferring a Seton Hall transcript, you're going to email my department and request a Seton Hall syllabus. The only time I have ever needed a high school syllabus is in a very specific instance that I'm dealing with right now with something that has nothing to do with Wayne Valley. It's in another high school. A class that they got approved 4 years ago got retired by the department here at Seton Hall, so they don't have a syllabus any longer. So we're using the high school syllabus to help that student with the transfer process. With everything else, every normal class, again, that was like a weird outlier that this is the only time in the 8 years I've been doing this has happened. Every other time, it has been a Seton Hall syllabus. They want it from Seton Hall. They don't want the high school one. You're transferring Seton Hall credits to another institution. They don't care what the high school does. They want to know what standard we're holding it to, what we're comparing it to. So in that scenario, you don't deal with the high school when you're transferring these college credits. You're going to deal directly with me. If you're transferring Seton Hall ones, you're going to deal directly with FDU. If you're transferring FDU ones, so on and so forth. The high school has nothing to do with it.
So if I wanted the syllabus for like my daughter's in the enriched pre-cal and she's doing the photography, I would go to William Patterson and to Passaic County Community College that are giving the dual enrollment to get those course descriptions.
If you want to do something a little bit quicker, I don't know how the other schools have it, but we do have our course catalog for Seton Hall University online. You can get a very quick, yeah, everybody else is nodding. Everybody does this. I just didn't want to make any assumptions.
Okay.
But you can find the quick descriptions on the websites for these different universities. Let's say you just want to know what the quick description for, again, ICAL 1001 is. You can find it in our course catalog, send it to them, and they'll say, yeah, that's something that we're looking into. If they want a specific curriculum, the syllabus, everything like that, then just email us directly in those scenarios. But the course description and the course catalog might be enough just for the application process so that you're not like spinning like a top trying to figure out all these different places.
And as far as Passaic County Community College, all of our partner instructors have the syllabus for each course because the chair approves it, sends it over so that the instructor can also provide you with that. But again, as was mentioned, you can go to our website under course catalog, and each course has the course syllabus listed there as well.
And Trish,
Thank
you did, yeah, and thank you, Tanya, and thank you, Ms. Philippi, Francesca. But you did mention Passaic, William Patterson courses, the photography and specifically the pre-calc. And Tanya's answer was right on the money when it comes to William Patterson as well. The same thing. We've shared already our original syllabus so let's talk about the front end, Trish. You're a college counselor. So that all happens on the front end where we're looking at the detailed course syllabus for the Wayne Valley course, and then vice versa. It's show and tell. We also share our original syllabus. And what makes it dual enrollment is that we're embedding our SLOs, University Student Learning Objectives, which every single partner here needs for accreditation at the college level. So that's how that happens. And then there's someone, as Andrew would say, high up on the food chain there, and someone high up on the food chain at William Patterson, department chair or a dean. I want to be clear about this. So that's all happening on the front end. And that's where you can always, Trish, you might be old enough to remember the Cy Sims commercial, right? An educated consumer is our best customer. So all that happens on the back end so that you can guarantee that all of our credits are going to transfer. Not guarantee, but a lot of, like Ms. Tyson said at FDU, there's a hell of a lot of colleges out there that do accept FDU credit, William Patterson. And the other thing that we haven't talked about yet is almost a lot of the admissions pages now, if you go to the college that you want to look for, they have a section on whether they will accept dual enrollment credit. And that one nuance that the lady said before about whether it's on campus or it's electronic or Zoom or whatever, that many times the admissions office will put it there as well. So let the buyer beware, and good luck to all of your students.
Yeah, I'm Gen X too. I heard you talk about that earlier. So you could have sang that song. I would have known.
Hey, well, let's sing it together, Trish, next time. I don't want to get booted off.
Thank you all so much.
All right, well, my closing again. Thank you, panelists, for taking your time out. On a Monday, again, on a manic Monday, which just played as a theme song. But I do appreciate you guys for coming out, for shedding some light on the programs, for helping us grow this program with Wayne Valley. Specifically myself, I know for the last 3 years, you guys have all made it very easy for me. And William Patterson, welcome to the family. But if you guys have anything else to add, now's the time. If not, we will say goodbye to our parents and to our students. And again, I appreciate all you guys for coming out tonight on a Monday night to help us and educate us here at Wayne Valley.